up, guys? We got 2 more special guests. One returning, one new one. Say hi.
What's up?
Yes. Welcome to episode 12.
Are you sure it's 12 now?
Yes, I'm sure it's 12.
He's a math major. It's okay. He knows his numbers.
Okay.
Are you sure? I'd like to see some confirmation.
Anywho, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff this episode, but we're going to go through the week's leaks real fast. So, starting off...
I will be pissed.
Yeah, this man's not going to be paying attention a lot, so ignore him.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to just put a card right above his face. So we're going right ahead. Here's Loading the Leader, Gunik. It's a great one for the
His
leaders.
name is now Goo.
The card's above you, so they can't see you, so that's going to be fun. Anywho, it's a rear guard. It's a rare from the set, from the booster set, and it has the ability of auto Vanguard rear guard when it attack or the attack it boosted hits a Vanguard. Cost Soul Blast 1 and return one of your other rear guards to your hand. So this is the leader card and Link Joker, and it's bouncing stuff on hit.
So you could call your perfect guard or something even, and just say, okay, you have a low hand size right now. I'm going to call this so I can put more pressure, and I'm going to get it back.
Yep, and especially when we saw the episode, we know they're deleting the Vanguard, so hey, look at that 0, I can poke with anything. I will confiscate your phone, boy.
You put me in the video.
We put him in the corner.
Yeah.
In the corner.
We're going to actually continue right away, and speaking of the episode, and all our assumptions, we had a stream that leaked a lot of the leader units. And I mean a lot. Hector! We're going to start off with a gray one. Oh, this is going to be a fun episode. Furman the leader, GN.
His name's now Jin.
Thank you, Hector.
Stop.
No, that's what they have me for, to name cards. Because apparently you can't spell it right, or say it right.
Thank you, Hector. Auto rearguard and the end of at the end of the battle that attacked the Vanguard. Cost: retire this unit and discard a card from your hand. Draw a card. Choose one of your opponent's grade 1 or less rearguards and bind it face down.
I just never realized, why do we have the Ukrainian speaking English?
Swear to God, this is gonna be the best episode ever. Welcome back after that intermission. We've talked about it. I think we should be fine. Knock on wood, please. Anyway, the grade 1 effect that we left off. Yeah, discard, retire it, bind one of them face down, draw a card, replaces itself technically. Not a bad effect. Anywho, moving on to the grade 2 that got leaked in the stream. We got Shiv the Leader, Giali. Hector?
Gia.
Maybe Geely?
Giali it is.
Whatever.
You said Gia, that's why I said Gia.
Yes. Anyway, ability is auto rearguard. When placed, if you have more rearguards than your opponent, this unit gets power plus 4,000 until the end of turn. It has the second ability of auto Vanguard rearguard. When its attack hits a Vanguard, costs Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and bind the face down. If you could not bind, draw a card. So essentially, if your opponent has an empty field, you're just plussing to your hand.
So it fixed the age-old problem of, you have no units for me to hit. That's fine, I'll profit.
Yeah, and it's a grade 2, so you can assume it has a Blaster Dark. Oh, you have no units? Let me get buff from this. Because essentially, instead of a drive check, you're just adding a card to your hand.
Yep.
It is a Blaster Dark in that sense.
Hey.
I see no downside.
Yep. And then final card that
Well,
got
the only
leaked.
downside is it's a leaders. Nobody likes the leaders.
Yeah, he's right, but I'm playing them. Anywho, the last card that got leaked and confirming all the stuff about the leaders is Docking the Leader, Grayon. He's back.
Crayon?
Back
Grayon.
Crayon.
Grayon.
No. His name is
Crayon's
now
back.
Crayon.
1 second.
Anywho, Crayon skill is Act Vanguard cost, and it's an act ability. Counterblast 2 and delete your opponent's Vanguard. That's it. Its second ability is Auto Vanguard. When its attack hits a Vanguard, cost Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's rearguards and bind it face down.
So, just to add this in, I was listening to someone who, over in Japan, had a little bit more information about this stuff, and they said, all we need is a deleter that says on ride delete. I screamed at my phone so loud that my mother actually asked if I was okay. That is a horrible idea. Great for the deck, but a horrible idea for the meta.
Good
Just-
sir,
I mean, we already have
good
it on
sir,
Ride,
we
but-
do already have a deleter on Ride.
Yeah.
In standard?
No,
And
premium.
In standard.
Nobody cares premium.
That's what I'm caring about right now. Okay,
Nobody
so
cares
I'll
premium.
focus mostly on standard cards and their interactions inside of that. I understand that premium is a thing. I play it as well, but what we're looking at right now ties to both of them. Yeah, deleters are going to be more of a thing for premium, but standard,
I mean,
they don't need that effect.
Here's my opinion on this. If it's premium, I want it on Ride. If it's standard, I'd rather have an axe skill because I can keep using it over and over.
Right. Unless it's a once per turn thing. But yeah, it's definitely a good thing because you have a lot of decks that rush right now. So if you get racked up on damage, you're just like, okay, I'm going to hit that. Next turn, I'm going to have it set up to where I don't have to take any more damage, hit that. And next turn, just you can keep going with it that way for standard.
Exactly. What you also can't forget for standard, you are deleting their Vanguard. Their Vanguard is a 0 power. Not to mention Grayon does have the force marker symbol. So you're getting 10,000 power on a rear guard on your own Vanguard. That's just buffing power all over the board.
You're more or less just exchanging the powers from their Vanguard to yours, minus 200 or 300 or 3,000. But I mean, you know, that's chump change in that.
Anywho, continuing now. More not deleters. More Link Joker. And this is honestly on a Monster Starvator if you ask me. We got... they both have the same effect. So I'm going to first talk about Big Gunner of the Satellites. Jeff, please read.
Big Gunner of the Cataclysmic Variable Star.
Thank you.
Right there you go.
Anyway, yes, that guy, he has a continuous rearguard ability if your opponent's Vanguard is deleted or your opponent has a face down card in his or her bind zone. This unit gets power for plus 4,000, and that's it. It's a continuous. So it's for a 9k grade 2, and then we have also the 6k grade 1 Chaotic of Collapse Magnotia, which has the exact same effect. Not bad. I mean, they are just trial deck cards, but still not bad.
It sounds like you would definitely see play for a good little bit, though, because unless we get something that replaces that extra power, because those are, okay, you're already at grade 3, I can still hit you.
Honestly, unless deleters get a form of countercharge, it's going to be real tough keeping this up late in the game.
Oh yeah, true. You get 2 deletes per game.
Yeah.
Because
That's
all the
not-
other effects we currently saw are all Soul Blast.
Okay.
You get 2 deletes per game, disregarding heal triggers and other unflip effects if we get it.
Correct.
Let's hope they don't get any.
No, you are right on that one.
Trey Tabushi.
Oh, here's a fun card.
Oh, very.
Disappointed.
So continuing on, we're gonna go away from Link Joker a little bit and come to Pale Moon. We had a grade 3 leak that's a rare that has the Excel marker, and it's Breaking Dragon Tamer. Barking.
Barking Dragon Tamer. Breaking Dragon Tamer. I'm a breaking.
that doesn't sound right when I said it. Yes, Barking Dragon Tamer. It's an honestly interesting card that I'm not expecting to see in Pale Moon. It has the ability of Auto Vanguard when placed, cost Counterblast 2 and put a rearguard into your soul. Retire all of your and your opponent's rearguards, and for each rearguard retired, this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of turn.
Okay, so the base trigger combo that I can see with this one is, for example, if you've already have Abundance of Cards Soul Charge from your first ride Soul Charge, your boost with Bunny Soul Charge, and all those sort of things. If you only have Bunny and you keep your Vanguard column as the attacking column for a little bit, play more conservative, you kick Bunny to Soul, you have nothing to retire and they lose their entire board, whatever they have.
And then,
Or if you don't have Bunny, for example, and you just need an extra booster, call Purple Trapezist.
I got a question for you since you are a Pale Moon player.
Yes.
Let's assume I have a semblance of a board and they have a semblance of a board. And I swing with my rearguards first, and last swing is this guy. He swings, I activate the ability.
It's
Is it on attack or
Wait,
something?
oh,
It's
no,
on
wrong
place.
place.
Yeah, you have to do this. Okay, so this. Go ahead.
Sorry. So, and then on place, even better. Let's say I have this one unit that says when it goes to soul, call something out.
Purple Trapezist.
Exactly. Purple Trapezist skill will wait for this thing to completely resolve before it starts calling stuff out from soul, right?
Correct. You can put it behind the stack, though.
Yeah.
Well, stack. You can resolve it later.
Yeah. And then because it's on place, you can also call cards from your hand. So basically, it becomes big, and you can basically call out a field later.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with this is if you can get this card on your first ride. You want this to be your first ride because after that turn, you're more than likely going to have a good few units on the board. At least you would want to, considering what type of deck this is. Because, Magia and all that stuff took all the units away, so you didn't have to worry about this. Running this technically in Magia wouldn't be a bad thing because you wouldn't have to retire hardly anything, and it would hit all of your opponent's stuff, but the Hari namesake and yada yada. There's logistics there. But this is definitely a decent first ride. I do understand why it's Counterblast 2. In that deck, though, you have to be very, very, very careful. And this would almost warrant the cost to be a build around almost. You'd have to be careful. I wouldn't run more than maybe 2 of those at most.
Yeah.
It really just depends. And it also depends on the matchup that you're going against. Because if you're going up against a very aggressive player and you're playing more conservative, I mean, sure, I'll definitely ride this and take out their board. It retires them.
Oh, yeah, I'll tell you this right now. Any Excel player will fear this.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
It's an automatic I'm going to have this slotted in for those matchups.
Yep.
I'm going to beat the mirror of these markers.
Which I want to make a side comment right now. I love how this side is a talkative side while that side doesn't even care.
It's okay. We have input for all of us. This one just
It's
not
Pelman.
so not
Yeah,
so
it's
much
Pelman.
quality.
Same
This is my baby.
Yeah, we don't care for Pelman.
And I'm an Excel player, so I like the concept.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely a good first ride. Help set up for some things. Just a decent card. Counterblast heavy, but decent card for the effect.
All right.
that's good though.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
continuing now with another Pale Moon, we got Direction.
Misdirection.
Boy.
I'm struggling today, apparently.
Continuing. Auto Vanguard Rearguard, when placed from hand, cost Counterblast 1, put a grade 1 or less rearguard into your soul. Draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand into your soul.
Filter!
Okay, so this card goes back again. Purple Trapezis originally only had 1 card that really cared about it. Now it has, just from these 2 cards, 2 more that allow you to almost use it as a spine or a core for the deck. Because if you go turn 1 ride, the grade 1 that says whenever wrote upon soul charge and all that good stuff, and you can get stuff out for that. Turn 2, ride this. If you've called Purple Trapezis behind it, ride this, kick Purple Trapezis to soul. You not only get the cards that are already in your soul there, but then you also draw 2 cards, put a card from your hand into soul. So if you have, let's say, an early game Alice, you can put Alice into soul from your hand that way and set it up.
I love how, it just starts combos off and keeps filling the deck even more. And I can see why it's a grade 2 triple rare.
Yeah, I mean, that effect is very, very powerful. I would not want that at a double rare slot. I mean, I would, but
Also, the art is beautiful.
it is really nice.
Also,
It looks like old school Pale Moon art.
right?
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's.
It looks like a hairy thing.
No.
Close. $20 says a guy.
You see the
Oh
boobs!
my god!
That's got some boob in it.
Anime, Japanese. You always gotta be careful. Always
That's
assume
why we
it's a
have
trap.
Hector.
Always assume it's a trap.
His wonderful worldly knowledge of traps.
I mean, honestly, this looks like I took a succubus out of Dark Irregular and just slapped it.
Oh yeah, thank you for reminding me the joke I wanted to do. I love how Pale Moon is just showing us this cards and is just doing the soul charge mechanic better than Dark Regular.
Much better, by the way.
Please show us more Dark Irregulars.
Nobody cares about Dark
I can't.
Regulars.
Jeez.
Tetsu cares too. Okay.
Alright, some more information on
Magical
this. This is
Elf
another one that I'm happy about.
Yeah, so as I'm recording this, today is Sunday. We got a new leak because of how late it is. And oh boy, everybody is flabbergasted.
Not everybody.
This unit in the original printing
Pale Moon.
absolutely rolled over some people if you had a good pilot for the deck.
Can you smack Hector for me, please? Thank you.
Stop talking!
Anywho, before we get sidetracked anymore,
This unit, whenever it first came out, in the original set, was a bomb for the meta. People had to learn how to play around it.
so I'm gonna do this like this. We got Fantasy Bellstorm Shuriken. But before I read her effect, I'm gonna go from the bottom up and start with a grade 1. So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It'll definitely play into it.
So, First, the great one, we have Stealth Fiend, Rainy Madame.
Madam.
Damn it, what's with me today?
I don't know. You don't English right now.
I know,
I
right?
don't know. I guess is that Ukrainian?
Stop! I swear to God, Hector. Anyway, her effect is auto rearguard. When your unit's attack does not hit, cost. Put this unit into your soul and return a Fantasy Pelstorm Shiryuki from your drop zone to your hand. So we're seeing that semblance of Shadow Stitch.
Yes, and also in the original printing for this card, that was one of the biggest things that you had a problem with. You only had 4 copies. And the effect for the original card was being able to ditch it from your hand to do something. Mm-hmm. You had no way of getting it back. So you literally had the 4 times you could use it, and then your base unit, or if you were unlucky and you wrote it, you only had 3 uses of it.
Pretty much.
This in premium is amazing because not only can you ditch it, say go into Yasue Ginma, get the another copy out of your deck because you use it from your drop zone for the strike fodder. But then you can use this, get that copy back, so now you have 2 defensive grade 3s in your hand after the turn that you do it.
I love how we're talking about these and we haven't even gotten to the main card yet.
This tells you how good the support is for a namesake card.
Exactly.
Namesake support has always been, a little iffy sometimes, but this is just good for what the card is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing on with this same
Grade
trend, Grade 2, Stealth Fiend Yakotsu Girl. Auto rearguard. When its attack does not hit, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal up to 2 Fantasy Pelstorm Shiryuki from among them. Put a card into your hand and put a card into your drop zone. Shuffle your deck. And if you could not reveal, Soul Charge 1. If there is only 1 card revealed, put it into your hand.
So you satisfy the first part of the add ditch effect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't get any, you just Soul Charge, which will be more clear later.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's not really any downside that
Yeah,
I'm seeing to this.
really
it
good.
allows you to thin your deck of a specific unit that your deck, most likely, since these are namesake cards, will be built around.
And the gray one can just get that unit out of drop zone.
Mm-hmm. It adds pressure on top of, do I take this? Do I not take this? I'm probably going to have to take this because I don't want them getting this back.
Speaking of which, the gray one's not the only one who can fetch it. And with that, I'm going to actually show you Fantasy Pelstorm Shiryuki. Auto Vanguard Rearguard Guardian Circle. Hector, go away.
You got 3 zones here where this is activated.
When placed, cost Soul Blast 2. Choose units in your opponent's front row and they get power minus 5,000 until the end of turn. If this unit is on Vanguard or Guardian Circle, they get minus 10,000 instead of minus 5,000. It has also the other skill of Auto Vanguard. When its attack does not hit, return a Fantasy Pelstorm Shiryuki from your drop zone to your hand.
So your grade 2 allows you to get the units to your hand and fuels your drop zone effects for your grade 3 and your grade 1. Your grade 3 on its own is a house of a card. I mean, who doesn't like the ability of making a Force player cry by taking away 10,000 power that they worked so hard to get?
And even better about this card is it has the Excel marker, so you just get extra attacks.
Because you gotta think, the biggest bane of Excel was always defensive triggers and powers and getting to those magic numbers. With this effect, it says choose units in your opponent's front row. You hit the entire front row minus 10,000 power because you ride it on Vanguard, example. That is essentially telling you all of your rows have technically plus 10,000 power.
Mm-hmm.
So you're that one extra defensive trigger away from needing those magic numbers.
Yeah.
Like, this just facilitates more of multi-attacking and not having to worry about am I at the right numbers or is one trigger gonna just screw all my attack patterns over.
Mm-hmm. It keeps it to where it almost, and this is unfortunate to say it this way, it makes these standard triggers, quote, fair? In a way.
See, the best part about this card is it also says Guardian Circle minus 10,000 and it's until the end of turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's even
You can kill an Excel clan with this.
What's even better is that the minus is this also fixes the matchup against Force because technically it drops all of them below, like it makes everything just hit by itself.
It just makes them the vanilla, whatever they are, minus that 10 there.
Yeah, like even your 5Ks rear guard are gonna hit.
Yeah. And for defense, it's even better. Like I said, you have let's say 24, 33, and another 24 column. Cool, I'm gonna call this. Now you got 14, 23, and 14. Let me call another one just in case. Now you got a 3 column.
Okay, so my biggest thing about that is the cost on this card.
Soul Blast 2, yes.
Yeah, anything manipulating the soul index. Yeah. Okay, I haven't played the most recent
Murakumo?
standard Murakumo.
Okay, I can
You
tell you.
guys have them.
Yeah, I can tell you all that. The Zanbaku build is very keen on having soul for doing all this effect. The only way to soul charge in Zanbaku build is using the right arrestor, and that is literally a counterblast to put a card from your hand into your soul. That is the only way to have a soul in Zanbaku other than rewriting and getting it that way. The new cards that have gotten leaked so far have not facilitated any soul. So these cards are the first cards to actually give us any form of put this card into your soul, put this there, put it here, soul charge, yada yada yada.
In standard, it's gonna be really, really like finicky. In premium, there is lots of ways to soul charge.
And coming back to standard, if you build a deck specifically around this card, you honestly would not have a problem of soul a lot. You will be able to guarantee do it at least 2 times, and then depending on other soul charge mechanics and how you rewrite, you might be able to do it 3 to 4 times.
Yeah.
Here's an idea. Okay, so obviously Zanbaku is just a house. It's good.
Yes.
And its arrestor pals are stupid.
Yes.
They make the deck good. Very good.
Correct.
It combats so much in the meta right now. This is, in a way, it can be a build around just for that deck, or you run a mix because the grade 2 and the grade 1 only care whenever, Shiryuki is either revealed in the top 7 or in your grave. So those are the 2 zones where you're either thinning your deck to get to more Zanbaku stuff, if you run them both, or you're getting back the card that you just discarded in order to make it to where you didn't get hit.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, this doesn't have to be a build around.
It can be an add-on.
Instead, you just slap this into the Zanbaku in a way, but that takes away grade 3 slots.
See, yeah, and that's exactly the problem I wanted to point out. Now, you could build... okay, let's say you do add this to your Zanbaku build. How many Shiryukis would you have to run?
To be safe, the numbers that you'd have to run, I would not run anything less than 3.
Exactly.
Because anything below that, your chances of hitting it drop so drastically, even with the grade 2, searching it and such.
Correct.
It's unlikely.
I wouldn't say run this in Zanbaku. I'd say run this as its own and run Melanda Lord as a backup.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. So you're skipping.
Yeah, we're just in
Listen.
the concept because Zanbaku being what it is right now, it being the meta card for it, people would try and put this in it most likely.
Yeah, exactly, and this is the problem what I have with it. But splicing with Zanbaku is cool. You're running Zanbaku, so you're having that control effect. So no stand, no ride, yada yada yada. You have this for the -5s and what it does, and it's amazing. And then it really becomes the question of, do you want to build your deck around Zanbaku and Shiryuki and try to find a space for Zangeki? Because you have to also remember Zangeki has been leaked and is a thing. And honestly is a very, very good card.
Yeah.
Okay, so now going off of what Alex was trying to say, we'll split this away from Zanbaku entirely and say you don't touch this in Zanbaku. Instead, we'll say this is actually a core for its own deck, because it's very viable for that.
Correct.
That core for the deck is now set. You run 4 of this, 4 of that, 4 of the other. Cool. What do you put in around it now?
Unless we get more cards that can either facilitate or support this, honestly, you're definitely running the grade 3 that says if I have more rear guards than your opponent gains plus 5,000 and your opponent has to guard for 2 cards from hand. And like Alex said, Melanda Lord might be also a good option.
Melanda Lord is a good option for the backup. Honestly, or even when you said that too, but honestly, I know the grade 2 and grade 1 run, if you run the rat and the grade 2 does the same thing. Because the minus power will still be a threat, even to opponent's -4.
And you will get just units out of your deck for nothing, building a board for nothing, using counterblast that these cards don't need.
Exactly. So that's a great way to run it.
So let's look at it this way too. The grade 2, okay. So this one's grade 2 is if the attack does not hit, correct?
All of them are if the.
Okay.
Okay, so the grade 3 and the grade 2 are the attack of this unit does not hit, while the grade 1 is just a unit.
Okay, so the grade 1 gets back the card. We need to get a hold of the card so we can put it there to get it back.
Correct.
The grade 2 has to be on field for its attack to not hit.
Correct.
So you have to be able to apply pressure. If you use the rat, that's good because then you can just do rat behind Vanguard, for example, activate its effect, get another rat, put it behind the other grade 2.
Yeah.
Or the other way around, so your Vanguard. Actually, no, since you're. Never mind, yes.
Yeah. Your Vanguard. Okay, so your Vanguard's going to have power anyways, and it's going to be sapping the board for 10. You're going to do this on that turn when you ride. And whenever you go to do the Soul Blast effect, if you have 2 of these in Soul Blast, you're always going to Soul Blast them so you can get them back. You're going to just keep cycling them with its own ability. But the grade 1 I can definitely see. The grade 2 clone effect, I'm not so sure about because you do need to center around the filtering aspect of this new grade 2.
True, but if you're building a deck around Shiryuki, you're definitely running this grade 2, and then just becomes the question of what other grade 2s am I running? Currently, left and right arrestor, unless you're running Zanbaku, are honestly useless in the deck. Because right arrestor needs Zanbaku and left arrestor, and left arrestor does need just another arrestor to Soul Blast and gain plus 5,000, but at that point you're just filling your board and,
Yeah, there's better cards.
Exactly. Then you got the grade 2 that Alex mentioned, this Counterblast 1. If you don't have a copy of it on the board, search your deck for a copy, call it, and it loses 4,000 power, becoming a 5k. But still, it's a 5k, grade 2. And if you're running Shiryuki, that can and change things.
It will most likely.
And the other grade 2 currently, because we don't know other grade 2s in the set that might be announced or might get printed or get leaked. The only other grade 2 that can come to mind that can be a great support card is Fushimi. Fushimi is, if I have 4 rear guards, I gain plus 5,000 power. And then the whole, I can hit your back row if I want to.
Okay, so Fushimi for an added piece of control. And then the clone grade 2 as well. Now the ratios in that, do you care more about Fushimi being able to control their back row since you're obviously controlling their front?
I mean, honestly, at that point becomes, we don't have anything better. Until they leak any new grade 2s, those are your 3 best options. Because like I said, left and right arrestor are just, why are they here if they have no reason?
Right, there's Zanbaku's specific.
Yeah. Like you can run 4 left arrestor and he will combo off himself, but that eats up soul. Like his ability is a Soul Blast. Do you really want that?
No, because you're trying to keep soul for this one's ability.
Exactly.
Alright.
And then you have, since Zanbaku is not a thing in the deck, your Counterblast is just there for any other skill you want. So Rat and the other grade 2 actually can eat that up as much as they want.
Yeah, it uses your resources to the fullest extent. You just have to figure out the numbers you want to run with it.
Correct.
I think the grade 2 out of 3 of them would be good. Because you really want 4 of these. But, alright, those are...
That's the week's leaks. Fun.
Cards are good cards.
I love when we have 4 people and we rant off each other, and then when you actually realize that only me and Jeff are ranting off each other, and he's just looking at his phone and Alex is not. No offense.
Well,
He's contributing.
I'm contributing.
Yeah, he is. I'm more of a pocket actor.
I don't care for what kind is?
Oh my god, man.
That tells you.
Point proven. Thank you.
What kind is it? No, seriously, what kind is it?
Murakumo.
Murakumo? Okay, yeah, I don't care for Murakumo.
It's control. I mean,
He doesn't care about it until he loses against it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay.
Learn the deck so you can combat it.
So now that we went over the week's leaks,
Oh,
we have something very special to announce.
this is a big leak.
Sell your shit now.
Or buy your shit now.
Yeah.
Either or.
So this is a English exclusive thing that we're gonna get on April 26th, and many of you might know it. We got Volume 2 of the Revival Collection. Yes, Revival Collection is back.
So they took all of our whining and bickering and stuff into consideration and said, you want cards? We'll give you cards. These are going to help with the market. Maybe.
See, many of you will already know this because memes exist and the Vanguard group exists and everything exists on the internet. But still, we're going to mention nonetheless how a lot of people, and us included, I think, were complaining, or not complaining, saying how hard and unfair and they need to ban, restrict or ban Gizeh, right? Well, Bushi heard us, or at least English Bushi heard us. And what they decided to do is, in the Revival Collection, we're getting Gize and all 6 Zero Dragons.
Yep. And to put this into perspective, people who play Gize either have them or are borrowing them, because only people that are buying these things, most of the Zero Dragons are sitting somewhere between $80 for the ZR, and that's for people that care about original rarity.
Yep.
$80 for the ZR, and the cheapest one, if I remember correctly, is the
Megiddo?
No.
Zoa?
Mm-hmm. It's sitting at 40s roughly, 45, somewhere around there.
So
I
is
checked
Zoa
these.
the
I checked these the other day, which I mean, that somewhat makes sense until you see Great Nature stuff coming out. Zoas are probably going to spike.
Yep.
I mean, literally playing
It's
Gize
just
right now is about.
it's not the Great Nature stuff. I mean, it's just Zoa itself. If you don't hit it, basically, you
There's a
lose.
way to make it to where I don't care though. But
Oh,
yeah,
I just had a revelation about this. Whatever. I just had a revelation about this, and I'm gonna mention it once we talk more in the Revival Collection we're getting. But yes, Zero Dragons and Gize are getting reprinted in this set.
But like, just for the play this combo, you have to drop at least $450 to $500.
yeah, because I mean, like, I've opened a lot of boxes. We bought a case of the original set whenever this stuff came out with the full set of them.
Yep.
This one got that pack.
That was a good reaction.
Yeah, it was very violent.
This,
But
Wasn't it the whole time?
yes,
Yeah.
but whenever we got these cards, we got a decent bit of them.
oh yeah.
But having those cards now means we don't have to worry about this as much. Except
Unless you're real rarity whore.
Except I like my ZR rares, so I'm hurting real bad.
So
here.
before I continue, this Revival Collection is also doing something special with the cards.
Mhm.
Like, it's not just reprinting them.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start reading. It literally says here, like shiny cards, did we mention that all the cards in Revival Collection will be hollow? Also, to thank you all for all of your support over the years, all the cards will come with frameless ability text, so you get to see more of each illustration. So I'm gonna put what they leaked, and it's Ultima with frameless right here, somewhere where it doesn't cover anybody. That's gonna be hard, but trying.
It'll be right here. I'll lean back for you.
There we go. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
Hector.
It'll be nice.
Yeah, it'll look like that. All
So-
of them.
But
Question is, what else are they including in the Revival?
Ah, thank you, Hector. So all
Oh,
the
wait. Are they included?
Let me
Yeah, well then.
good sir, just give me.
hold on. What you
let me go ahead and say this. So not only were the people that liked the original border frames for the OG Z rares for Zero Dragons, but now we have the clan symbols to go with them in hollow
That is beautiful.
and borderless. So anybody who waited, you won. You won.
that's to say that this is, I would classify, a high roller card. It's a premium product.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Not just in format, but just in the flavor of this card. Do you think that these borderless, full art, foily, shiny, pretty cards are going to do anything to the market except for raise the prices on those after a while?
Oh,
See,
those
the
are gonna be
best part about this is, I'll mention this later, but if I remember correctly, seeing the post, we're gonna get one Gize, 6 ZRs, 6 SGRs, 18 triple rares, 24 double rares, and 24 rares. The reason it's 24 double rares, 24 rares is because including the Zero Dragons and Gize, each clan is gonna get a reprint of a popular G unit, a G Guardian, and Grade 1 Stride support.
So for those, I will say this much. I will give Bushi props. You will not hear this often from me. Props to the company that is ruining the market right now, except for Standard. This allows people who did not have the money or were not playing at the time for the G format to get some of the basis into the deck. because you get the unit, you get a stride for the unit, and you get the stride fodder for the unit. That's 3 of the main cards. Granted, you need most likely 4 of each, but that is a good, I don't want to say starter set, but it's a good way, sort of like just a good reprint set for people that are like, oh, you didn't get these the first time around? Have some pretty ones.
And it's even
But
funny
it's
because they
kind
say
of
that
late though.
in there. Like it says, oh, you play standard. You wanted to go into premium. Like even the post for this like pretty much says that too.
Yeah, it opens the door and shows people almost like a cross between the two. This may be their attempt to try and steer premium meta in a certain direction, because the units that are printed in this one for the strides, the 3s, the 1s, all those, the support units for it, those are going to be more readily accessible to people, and we're going to probably see a lot of those decks coming around for a little bit, unless you have veterans playing that have like all the decks already. Then they're going to play whatever they know is good and they've refined.
See, this is where I want to mention that it kind of makes sense why there are 6 SGRs and then everything else 18 triple rares, because it says popular G units. What is one example of a unit in G era that only got a generation rare but never saw an SGR?
I'm assuming you have one of mine, otherwise you wouldn't have said it.
I told you later.
Yeah, it was the Aqua Force unit.
Alexandros.
Yeah.
Oh.
Alexandros is more than likely has to be the reprint in this set.
I'm gonna tell you guys this
Plus, that
now.
was the best one.
Exactly.
Besides Lambros, it was the best one at the time.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you guys this now. For anybody that has Royals and has Saber Alfreds, sell them now, because that's the only good Royal Stride that's worth reprinting.
Good sir. There's a difference between good and popular.
Okay, so what I'm looking at, you brought up Alexander's.
Yeah.
What was that? Wasn't that the premium stride for that clan whenever the Zeroth dropped?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
What's the premium stride in each set where there was a Zeroth for those nations?
I think we had the Purge.
Mm-hmm.
Or even no, Ziggenberg was prior to that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Purge is a grade 3.
Purge.
Oh wait, no, that's
No,
another one.
Yeah.
We had the Purge and we had Alexandros. When Zoa hit, we had Overwhelm. When Stark hit, we had Favorite Champ Victor. Not Favorite Champ. We had the other Victor support. I can see Favorite Champ getting reprinted in here. Over that, we had the main. We had Integral. Not Integral. Oh my God, I forgot all that. Basically, it's a big spaghetti boy that ditches your hand and draws you 5 from a side.
Yeah.
But I can see the main Messiah unit, Neon, the biggest Messiah GR getting, because he never, no, he got this.
What was the biggest generic stride for Link Joker?
Biggest Amnesty.
I mean,
But Amnesty already has an SGR.
True.
It's literally, the reason why I say that is because those sets
Chaos Breaker?
were the ones that did not get SGRs. Most.
Oh, then it's definitely going to be Spaghetti Boy, because he didn't get
He
the
didn't get an SGR.
Nope.
You can probably predict, I'm not going to go on record with this saying that it is, but that would be most likely just given the context of what they're
I
saying.
mean, we never get Drag Abyss SGR.
ooh.
We never got a, what was the other GR in that set? With Ultima and with Dust. That one?
Did we get
it was
We had Gears in that set, we had Dark Hero Angler in that set. Heritage, yeah.
Mhm.
No,
We never got Heritage as an SGR.
yeah.
Nubutawa had Rena, but Rena was a triple rare.
yeah.
Did we ever get a Tukamorikon SGR?
No.
Well, honestly, that would probably be Renee.
It would probably be Renee because of how popular it was, and this is going to do some interesting stuff. If what we're thinking is accurate, the market's going to have a field day with this. Whenever it comes to finances and cards up and down, whenever you talk about premium product reprints, the higher rarity reprints, the ones that you can only get from this set, those are going to be very, very, very expensive for the first little bit, and unless the deck is heavily played, they'll start tapering down a little bit, but they're still going to be up there in the I am a premium high roller price mark.
Correct.
There's a lot of people that play premium that are like, this set's going to sell a lot because premium's a very favored format, and a lot of people that, like he was saying earlier, that didn't get like a very nice looking version of their card. This is an outlet for them to have even better.
Well,
And
Borderless.
yeah, and not even nice looking, just cards in general.
Yeah.
Because there were people the last regionals that we went to before standard and everything hit, there were still people that we played that did not have full decks, that were missing units that very well might be reprinted this.
I mean, who all wants a full borderless version of their Stride Fighter?
I just realized this. It says grade 1 stride support. Are these stride fighters?
More than likely, yeah.
More than likely, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna get a Clarisaur one, or are we gonna get a Luar? Luar never got a stride fighter.
Luard had.
I mean,
Technically,
if Luard, if they do, it's probably gonna be Claret Stride Spotter. Unless they, and the only thing they do is
See?
well,
And then the same thing for Genesis and Fenrir.
every clan got a grade 1 Stride Spotter. It's
Correct.
more than likely to be those.
But a lot of
Genesis-
clans got their grade 3 mains rebooted in a sense.
Genesis,
Yeah.
for example, was Regalia. Regalia was the one that got the Stride Fodder support, not Amaruda.
But they got the Fenrir grade 1 Stride
Yeah.
Spotter.
Finner one great Stride, yeah, that one as well.
But-
It really just depends on where the decks sit, what they're looking at.
But coming
Exactly.
from
So that's why I'm asking about a stride support.
yeah, but coming from having to support every build, the regular Stride Fighters would be able to run in anything, so they'd be more likely to reprint those as full art because anybody could use them in that clan.
Right, and I mean, just because it said Claret Sword, there were still people that ran the Stride Fodder.
Exactly, because there's a stride fighter.
It was a grade 1, which Luar cared about.
Yep.
And it was a Stride Fodder, which meant you could cut down, if you needed to, on some of the extra grade 3s that you felt you might need.
Exactly. Even in
Most
Genesis,
2 to 3.
all the clans that got their grade 3s technically rebooted still ran their the stride fighters because they were stride fighters.
Ooh,
It's just good cards.
Oh, what did you think?
that Dark Regular is gonna look pretty. Unless they get all art of those cards and
No.
full art.
Oh
for
yeah,
it.
the succubus.
And are they going to do new artworks? Or are they going to do...
I think they're just gonna reprint this same art, just borderless full art.
well, let's
alright.
think of Altmile and...
Reissue
is-
cards.
Okay, Altmile
Basically,
has 2
what you're
artworks.
saying, we don't feel
I
like
see what
doing
you're talking
any new
Yeah.
artwork.
Sir, this is English exclusive. This is not Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm saying like this is basically the same bush as like we don't feel like doing extra work. We'll just print them and do differently and call it a day.
Well, and like I said, this is also a way for people who are... I'm new to this game. What's this premium thing called? Let me show you with this set.
I'm getting.
Money.
See, I thought about this and I just benched my own idea because I know it's a survival collection. We're getting cards we already saw. Did the previous survival collection introduce any new cards we never seen?
We saw a bunch
A
of
few that were Japanese exclusives.
Yeah.
but they were already everything in Japan they already had.
Okay, so my question to this is, it says popular G unit. It says G Guardian,
Yes.
and it says grade 1 strike support. It never says popular G Guardian, or is that going to mean we're going to get G Guardians that already exist, or are we going to get new G Guardians?
No,
Why would it make
already,
new
already
ones?
exists.
Well, the revival, okay, most of the time you're
Why
going to
would
be
they
looking
new
at
ones?
stuff that's already been printed, and they're just going to make it look better.
Revival
I
means
agree.
they're reprinting.
But we did have stuff that was not printed in English, but there was not any G guards for any other sets that was not printed in
Yeah.
English. So there's no reason for them to do that. So it will be true reprints more than likely.
But is it then going to follow the same suit as the G units, like popular G guards? In that sense, what is classified as a popular G guard?
head
Oh
around.
man, that Denial Griffins.
Head around.
Exactly.
I mean-
Sell your Denial Griffins now.
If you think about it, popular just means something that everybody uses, everybody has to have.
Yeah, and I
Whether you like it or not.
I honestly don't know if selling right now would benefit people to an extent because the speculation is currently happening. Finances is what I enjoy and what I do, but speculation causes people to sort of go into this panic mode of I need to sell all of this before it drops in price. But this premium product, and whenever I refer to premium, I do not mean the format. I mean the value behind it. is going to give you something that is, yes, it is a reprint. It is the functionality of the card being reprinted. Cool. It's borderless. It's foily as all get out, meaning people are going to want those more, meaning the price on those is going to determine the market.
Oh yeah,
You know, honestly, I'm kind of upset about this. You know why?
Why?
Because when does this drop? April?
This drops
27th.
April
April
26th.
This is going to be after the regionals, so I can't use Nerd New Premium with all of these new things.
Whoa, April 26th, and yes, Necronic Premium you cannot use. Hey, I can say the same thing with Messiahs, because you know for Link Joker there's most likely going to be a reprint of the Messiah units.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna laugh if it's something of Chaos Breaker.
I'm okay with that. I got some of my Chaos Breaker too.
Oh man, Chaos Breaker would be pretty nice to see full art.
I don't
I
want
know,
to have
right?
to deal with that again.
But speaking of 22nd,
Well,
no,
if you think about it,
Oh my
which
God.
one was more popular, Chaos Breaker or Messiah?
Messiah.
Messiah.
Good sir, we have four supports for Messiah in sets.
Chaos was the hyper competitive, but Messiah nerfed it to an extent. It was its antithesis. It was its no. It was the thing that made it to where it didn't completely run over things, but at the same time,
People preferred Chaos Breaker over
People prefer the control.
because Messiah was good in every aspect. It could be fair to fair against every other deck,
Speaking,
especially better against Chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Chaos was just good against
Okay, yeah.
every single deck.
agreed. Speaking from experience from playing both decks, Chaos Breaker was the deck to play against any deck because of the way it controlled. You manipulated your hand, manipulated your board. You literally could have 5 locked units, and your hand just went down. Messiah was the only deck, one of the only decks that could stop Chaos because they want their cards locked. But on the other hand, Messiah was also the deck that could build its own hand and have multi-attack and was, I won't say competitive, but can stand on almost any equal ground with any other meta deck.
Honest.
But-
Almost.
but again,
Almost
there
equal
were-
Okay,
ground.
here's the thing. That you might be true in locals, but you have to look at the regionals. How
I
many-
did. Regionals Messiahs did top.
they did, but
Not as much.
Percentage-wise, Chaos Breaker had a higher
Exactly.
topping value.
Chaos Breaker was on tier 1. Messiah was on tier between 1.5 and 2 in my opinion. But it was still up there.
Well, I can see this going in 3 different ways. Either one, they go with popular, like you guys are saying, either Messiah or Chaos Breaker. 2, they decide to print generic strides that are great all around against everything. Like Alexandros is good all around. So for Link Joker, in a sense, it'd be like Glue Ball. Glue Ball was able to use anything. And
If you think about it that way, the honestly the stride unit that any Link Joker always played because of the mirror matches was Amnesty.
Yeah.
And it
Or
already has an SGR.
Exactly.
Or they could play off of what is a popular standard deck that people would buy this product to play.
I swear to God, if they make a Igor SVR borderless in this set,
I know, dude. Like they mentioned in this set that this is a great for people from standard to go up into premium. So they could be printing stuff that works great for standard decks.
swear to God, Bushy, if you make Igor in this set and not a Messiah or a Chaos,
That printing, the current printing is like $50, $70.
I know.
It ranges. That printing of an SGR Igor will be in the 100, if not 200.
Yes, I know.
wait a minute. Oh yeah,
That
Igor.
will be that is what I'm talking about when I refer to a premium card product.
Oh
Let's
my
check the price
God.
on this.
Yeah, Igor has only 2 listings and they're currently at 50 and 60.
And one of them's lightly played.
Not to mention, this guy does not have an SGR version. I swear to God, Bushy.
What's really bad about this is what's the market price? What's the expected market price on that? Like $20?
It was $20 because not too long ago they were only $20, and way back when the leaders were topping because of the support, it was $120.
Right. Let's see how this little curve goes.
That does not
So
exist.
the reason why we're using TCG Player, the little curve readout that they have built into the site shows you the up and down of the card prices. Whenever it says coming soon, that usually means someone has bought out almost all of them, if not all of them, and those are recent listings.
Speaking of cards in the leaders that are jumping in price, Givens are going up. and are also coming soon. Like market price for Gibbons was around $8. Currently, we have someone selling for $19.50, $19.50, $19.50, $20, $20, and then $25.
I like.
That jumped.
I could see this set like selling out hot, just like you were saying earlier. People that really wanted these cards, it's just gonna make an abundance of it, and people are just gonna like buy this product like crazy.
The only thing that I could see that would make this set sell any better is if they guaranteed per box something like a special gift marker or something.
I could see them saying guaranteed a 0 off a box.
Per box?
Because we don't know the ratios for the 0 off dragons yet.
Per box?
They never set
We
the
will
ratios.
have Gizes everywhere. We won't be playing Vanguard. We will play Gize.
I mean,
Which
You
is
already
kind
do
of
that!
No, we
If
don't.
you
We
think
still have
about
other
it,
things
it's kind
happening.
of funny how Bushy was like, everybody's like, say we should ban them or do something. Instead of banning, everybody has a card.
that's their mindset. Like they're not gonna ban it.
They're not gonna ban shit.
No, Fletch, no.
They're going to pull a Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they reprint one of the old strong decks and then ban it like within a week after.
Oh, yeah. But it goes to pretty when you have them.
I want them to do that so bad.
See, I'm gonna laugh so hard if this was English Bushy without consulting Japanese Bushy. And Japanese Bushy for a while now already had a ban list and they're just waiting for the date to release it and Giz is on it.
I mean, honestly, I can see that just because, I mean, there's already discommunication. Look at the misprints of all the cards.
Oh, yeah.
There's already miscommunication there anyway,
So I'm on the wiki right now, and it started putting up. So we contains 79 cards, 7 ZRs, 6 SGRs, 18 triple rares, 24 rares, and 24 double rares. Like I said, all cards are reprints meant to be V standard decks into the premium standard fight for.
V standard.
Wait.
All cards are reprints meant to boost V standard decks into the premium standard fight format. Okay.
Okay. So all that is saying is that it's allowing people to take their generation decks and push them further into the premium standard format.
Give them a way to stride and give them something to stride to, and give them ZRs.
It gets people into premium.
Whoa. If they're giving them ZRs, and you know the condition of ZR, you have to have 3 face-up cards in G-Zone.
Yeah.
That means that the G unit getting is definitely going to have to be an unflipper, a flipper, and then the G Guardian, that's 3.
Yep.
So
Doesn't
That
necessarily.
It doesn't
happen.
necessarily.
No, not necessarily, but you know, minimum standards and then the way Bushy thinks.
I mean, like I said before, Alexandros, wasn't he a flip?
Yeah.
This is very early, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We're just a lot of speculation.
Yeah, this is the brain tank where we are just filtering ideas into what this could be. Because in concept, reprinting popular is a very subjective term. You don't know what they consider popular.
Yeah.
They gave us a reprint of a unit a while back. It was a bad unit. I can't remember exactly which one it was. It was a royal unit of some kind, and we all just sort of looked at it and went, that's nice. I'm going to keep playing what I got because this is trash.
Speaking of ratios, we do have something. Each pack contains 3 cards, 2 rares, and 1 double rare or greater. Each display contains 10 packs.
So 30 cards per...
Oh.
30 cards per box. And if I remember correctly, there was going to be 24 boxes per case.
Those are small ones.
I was wrong. The G Guardians and the Strike Fodders are not going to be foiled. They're going to be like the rare foils.
The rares are definitely going to be the Strike Fodders. The double rares are definitely going to be the G guards.
Yeah.
Triple rare and SGR are the 4 popular G units, and 7 ZRs. We know what those are.
Yeah.
That's how they Bushy always does these Revival Fighters collections type deals.
I hated this because they did the same thing with the Psychology booster. I'm like, man, this is a really cool full art, but it's common, and I'm gonna have the same thing when I look at these.
Oh my god!
G Guardians. I'm like, I have a foil of this, or I could have a rare full art.
What if instead of like the regular rare foiling, the scattered foiling, what if they do a double rare mirror rare finish?
Speaking of that, each rare card has double rare foiling.
Yeah, see,
Oh, okay,
that's what they did in the last one.
Okay, never mind. We're good.
They fixed that.
Each ZR is cost stamped with the clan symbols of its respective nation.
Wait. Each card?
Each ZR.
Oh, ZR. Okay.
Every card comes with a frameless design.
So you buy a case of this. Your pull ratios are stable. You're going to get like probably 5 of this, 5 of that, say 12 of this, 12 of that. You know, you're going to have a good abundance of stuff.
I can see it being, if oh my god, I just realized something. This is English Bushi. They might not be doing what Japanese Bushi is doing right now with, you know, how we get 1 VR per box.
Yeah.
If, let's assume you get 1 ZR per box.
Okay.
That's 24 boxes. 24 divided by 7 does not go nicely. So I'm assuming it's going to be like 3 of each of the ZR and 2 Gizes per case.
That will flood the market to the point that those will be worthless. They will not do that from a business perspective.
In that case, per case, you only get 7 ZRs. Or at most 2 of it each.
One the Gize set.
I'd say that they could.
There is no Gize sets.
I mean,
No,
I'm
Gize
saying like a set for
combined.
either.
Oh, yeah.
I could see them getting away with that because that would make it a case rare set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Case rare set just refers to the fact that it requires an entire case in order to get the set of a specific series of cards. That would make sense. That would be smart from a business perspective as well because it won't just completely tank the interest in the deck. Because people who play Gize like winning, but they also like the fact that I play Gize. It's shiny, it's pretty. I play expensive.
Speaking of that, you know how the current Gize has on one side foiling but the other side is not foiled?
They better mirror they better foil this out. They better double rare.
Man, they
foil
better
the front
face
side.
no expense with that if they're going to do that.
I want it to be triple rare foiling on the front.
I'm gonna laugh at that.
I want it to be pretty. See, I don't have a Gize deck. I have the cards for it. I just refuse to play it.
Yeah.
Sue me. Go ahead.
I mean, that one experience in Atlanta completely ruined you.
I hate Gize from a competitive player's perspective. I hate Gize because of the fact that playing it. Granted, in the mirror match, you definitely have a good thing going, but with as many turbo decks as they're coming out with right now, I don't want to deal with
I
it.
mean, Genesis Gize is going to be a thing. They're just going to go, hey, cool, Himiko, I'm going to get 3 ZRs flipped over instantly without my drive checks.
And they're going to do it with the draw triggers if they're able to, because they want their hand to keep guarding some of the stuff whenever they don't want the damage.
Exactly.
I found a comment on the Revival collection that is piquing my interest. This is a comment, so someone's just speculating like us. Shout out to Arboros Renegade Verret.
I've seen him on there before.
Yeah. Like you said, simple prediction. Try to include cards relevant to that would work with the V series, as well as try not to include GB2 plus cards, GB1 plus for G guards. So we have Alfred Saver, Great Isolde, and Paris. Now, I don't know how he's doing this, but it's interesting.
Okay, so the Alfred Saver is the stride
The Royals.
for the rolls for the Blaster Stride. Well, Blaster Stride. It's an Alfred
Yes.
card. Great Assault is the G guard, and then the
Paris
Paris
is- okay, yeah.
the Stride Fodder.
Yeah.
You got Global Magus, Apex Login, and Murakuma for some reason.
Honestly, like, I could see OTTs being Stillwater.
No.
Not
No.
again!
It's generic.
Not again!
As someone who
Everybody
plays, the deck, yes, that would be a great thing to do. But what they're speculating is it has to have an easy entry.
Jeff, you're an Angel Feather player. I think this is it. Anafiel?
Celestial?
It's not clickable.
And I feel
Let me Google it lyrically.
How do you spell it?
I copy pasted so we Gucci.
yeah, he's got it.
Holy Celeste.
Holy Celestial and I feel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I don't see that happening because it is a Celestial only.
Then you got, Power Shell and the... man, he put PPD Diablo.
I mean, if it's not wrong, it was used by everybody. It doesn't matter. That thing came out from the very freaking beginning.
You know what a G-Guard Dark Whale is?
No.
Wait, what?
Dark Vial. Dark Vial.
Dark Vial.
Oh, that's
DBD
the,
was
that's-
used when it first came out.
I know which one that one is.
And they still ran it at 2 copies just in case because it was
Oh, that.
it was still
Yeah,
strong.
I can see that. And then the Geo. Okay, now
They
I see
never
how
got that. They
Okay,
never got
so
rid of
Mithril Ezel. Mithril Ezel?
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, well, that would help with the price.
I
on
Oh,
I can
no,
see
okay.
being,
I see why it's accessory. Like
being
he
plot
says,
maker.
that would work with the V series. That's why I can see it's celestial.
I can, but at the same time.
But then they would use the Zachariel stride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I see it's with. Okay, then of course you got for Kagura Purge,
Yeah.
Defeat Flare, and then Doombringer.
Let's reprint all the money possible in one clan.
Defeat Flare? No, I see it. I'm saying it's now with the novel.
Which one of the Dragon Empire nations is this?
What?
Hellrex Max.
Oh, it's
Maxima.
Tachikaze.
That's not Chikaze,
Oh.
that's a Rex.
Oh yeah, Hellrex.
Hellrex.
No, I'm okay with this. And for oh my god, Deep Police Dimax.
Yeah, no.
Yes! Yes!
The leaders, he put Igor. Yeah. Like if you were thinking about V series, Igor it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then you got Engulf Maelstrom.
Honestly, though, for Deep Police, I'd rather it be Die Earth. Die Earth is so much harder to come by.
They are, but it's
Popular.
It's not demand.
For Stride, it kind of sets you up for Dynamics.
But is it dimensional robo specific?
Because
Because if they're going off of the V series stuff, it's
oh yeah,
the
it's
robo.
true.
What unit in the Zulu booster is Despot?
Is what?
Despot. I forgot.
Isn't
Great
that the
nature
break ride?
sounds.
Despot.
I'm assuming it's American.
I
Oh, and Zoo. Oh,
Yeah,
I think it's
that
American.
is-
Despot Mutant.
Yeah.
that is.
American.
Yeah.
No.
Wrong
No.
one.
That's. I'm sorry, but that's probably gonna be.
Oh, this
That's
guy.
machining.
Oh yeah, that guy. I can see that.
Yeah, machining could work.
Yeah.
And then you got Cecilia, of course, the Stride.
I mean, I'd be okay with that.
And then he says Genesis, Nubaton, Merkum, and Urkheim, Noah's, and all of Dark Zone, Grand Blue, Bermuda, and Great Nature could go any way aside from generic fathers.
Grand Blue for sure, because like.
Where are we going with that?
Yeah, like it never had it like.
Oh gosh.
Would we go to the Seven Seas again?
Yeah,
Please
probably.
no.
Are you going
Please
7
no.
Seas? Are you going 9
We don't.
moves?
We don't.
I mean,
need
look at the
another
Genesis.
Seven Seas
Genesis
meta.
Genesis V series is around. Damn, I forgot her name.
Oh, they could use Gauche.
Exactly. Genesis V series is around. I forgot her name.
Oh, Amaruta?
Himiko?
Himiko. Thank you.
Oh, Himiko.
Himiko can go with any Stride.
Yeah, Himiko original printing was a break ride.
Nubatam is the same way. It's working around its mechanic. There are no strides. Murakuma, does Murakuma have any strides for Zangeki? Or Dueling Dragon?
They have 2 Dueling Dragon strides.
Yeah.
I guess they could implement those. Murakami,
But-
Tonic Drills.
My thing is though, is if they're saying popular, they won't do Dueling Dragon because they were like the most unpopular strides to use. Like those are the one strides nobody used.
Oh. Nubatam, not Nubatam, Murakami VMAX.
Oh please, baby. Oh no, not VMAX because VMAX already looks good in the GR. If V-Buster, yes, or even like what is it?
Sparking?
Voltage.
Voltage.
Conquest.
Oh, don't. I can see. I can see it. I can see it, but I'd rather have voltage.
Of course you would, because you played the deck that goes.
But
I mean,
voltage.
We already have a favorite champ SGR. I would like to see a winning champ in SGR form. That'd be awesome.
We really don't know until we see like at least one thing leak.
But I mean, Azura Kaiser does have strides.
Exactly.
Guy
And
has
I have
strides,
the deck for
and
it
there is
still.
risers.
There's
but
beast
let's
Riser
be-
strides, exactly.
No.
Beastie strides. Yes.
Is there even a riser stride?
No.
There is, yes.
Yeah, there
There
is.
is. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They did have like the one.
Yeah, but it's.
Wow. Wow strides.
I will take the Blau deck.
Speaking of memories, where is the Melborg deck now?
I I don't know.
That's sad.
I've moved, I've slept, I might have sold it.
I bet you have some.
Anyway, that was a revival collection. That was fun speculating and memory lane and all that.
Yeah.
The only last thing I want to mention real quick is our friends John Madison and other friends that we know, like Tommy and I forgot who else
John.
was going up. I said John Madison.
Oh, I said Yama.
Yeah. Basically, all those guys went up to another ARG without us. I mean, you had work, I had basketball.
Life.
He doesn't care, and he just got back.
I took a hiatus because the beginning of this format was stupid.
Very.
Yes.
So, thankfully, Madison got us updated, and we see that in that ARG tournament, we had an OTT, Kagero, Neonectar, Murakumo, Tachi, Angel Feather, another Neonectar, another Murakumo, a Shadow Paladin, and a Nova Grapple player.
Read from the bottom up, please, because I want to hear you say that.
What?
Novas, 0-3 draw.
Oh yeah, final standings for the tournament. Final standings for the tournament. The Nova player dropped after round 3. Bless his heart. The Shadow Paladin player was 1-3. The Murakumo player, which was John, was 1-3. The Neonectar player at the bottom was 2-2. Angel Feather was 2-2. Tachis were 2-2. Another Murakumo player got 3-1. Neonectar player got, which was Tommy, got 3-1. Kagero got 3-1, and OTT Madison got 3-1. So the top 4 then went into rounds, and it was Madison versus Brian and Tommy versus Jamal. Shout out to all those people.
Mm-hmm.
And according to this, I guess we never get. Oh yeah, top 4 were Tommy beat Jamal and Brian beat Madison. Madison was a little bit hungry. I guess.
I don't think they stayed long enough for the others.
Thank you, Madison. She posted sent me a message not too long ago. Finals between Muras and Neos was 2-0 Muras. So I'm assuming Murakumo won and beat Tommy.
It's okay, Tommy. You get them next time.
I mean, it's Murakumo. It is meta.
I mean, he did win the champion last time.
Oh yeah, with Pale Moon, which is amazing.
I love Tommy for his ability to just make a deck go.
Yep. So that was actually kind of nice to see. We saw, Shadows was there. They didn't do quite well, but they were still there. I like the fact that Tachikaze went 2-2.
Yeah, it's consistently even.
Pretty much. And then, of course, Murakumo being Murakumo was in the top.
Honestly?
Which, no offense to John, he did play the deck for the second time. So I can see why he didn't do so well with it.
Yeah, if you have an experienced pilot with that, because that's the great thing about this format is the deck can be great. You need a great pilot for it, though.
I'm surprised that we didn't see any of Royals since the Cyclones support.
Yeah.
I'm assuming people were not comfortable with it.
I guess.
Because you gotta think ARG is one of those tournaments where you can either bring a meta deck or a fun deck, because it's not really competitive. It's more of a fun. Oh, and if I got top 8, I get an invite.
Yeah.
Which you don't go all the way competitive. You go semi-competitive and fun.
You go with what you're comfortable with.
Exactly.
Says you. If your fun deck is the competitive deck, they're screwed.
Yeah.
It's not my fault I love Link Joker.
That's the one that you know the best.
Yeah, that's the most comfortable. And side note, Riser never got stride. I just looked at it.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's Blau.
It's
Wow.
Blau. Because,
Blau got the stride.
yeah, Blau
Wow,
got like
I'm really surprised with
completely
Blau, Azure Kaiser.
But
and
that makes even
Victor
more
and
sense.
Beast
That
Deity.
makes even
which
more
it
sense.
made everything except for Riser, which I'm pissed about now.
Which
They looked at it and went,
No.
It's
This
because
is
they
bad.
they completely remade Blau. We were like, everybody was so hyped. Possible riser support, like reboot, everything's for fucking Blau. Like, you gotta be fucking kidding.
No.
Yeah.
It's like
it's still
They-
great though.
they heard like, oh, Cat Butler Riser was too much. Let's not do this.
This man has some trauma to tell about Cat Butler, the original one.
I mean, it's the same way.
I love that.
It's the same way as Hector has trauma going to regionals and getting beat by Beastie.
This man.
I don't have trauma for it. This was pissed.
So
trauma.
I should just get like four Beast Data units for you and frame them, put them in a bulletproof case so you can't just break it.
I hope that
And
the
I-
reprint is the Beast Deity now, just so I can just show you Borderless full art. Just it.
I mean, I'm not like I don't have trauma from Beast Deity.
Four.
You're just mad.
It was just
For
it,
the cat.
it was luck of the game.
Alright.
It
I know
was-
you do. I've seen the binder. You show me how much I scream every time I open
That game
I wanna
was
get that
it was
frame.
clearly in my favor. It was just really it was skill and luck, and that at that point luck won out.
I mean, it's Novas versus Novas.
I had the superior Nova. It was just I was going good. I was just
Which shout out to the past. Yes, you had the superior
Crit.
Novas.
Crit.
You had the superior Novas, and you had a really good and competitive Nova grapple deck. And the entire tournament in Atlanta, you were misplaying it.
hey. That was the very first match. Yes, it was superior Nova, but I didn't know the deck.
Consider the entire tournament, you were misplaying it.
Yeah, I didn't know the deck. I was learning as the deck I was playing.
The night before, this man said,
Heck.
"I want to play this," and
Wait,
your
wait.
record was.
Was it
what?
him just misplaying it or him not reading?
It was him not reading
Four,
clearly
three,
enough.
five,
Boy!
two.
Yeah,
You didn't read clearly enough.
you didn't explain enough.
I did!
Okay, so hindsight. If anyone picks up the deck the night before a tournament and wants to try and play it, cough, cough, John.
He's not wrong!
He's not wrong,
You
John.
need to grind the ever living crap out of it and break down every combo, or this one to this one should talk to someone who knows the deck, build the deck, and has the deck, and say, "What do you do when you get screwed?" Because that's the best. Like the best case scenario is ask what happens in the worst case scenario.
You should have
I
taken
got killed by
rolls.
crit. It was just crit.
I'm not talking about that one match, I'm talking about the entire tournament board.
Oh, the second one.
The entire tournament.
Okay, the second one was going good. It's just I didn't know that you had to have an extra one there. I was like,
Sir, I'm talking about the fact that the grade 3 Victor skill can go on the Vanguard and you entire tournament have been putting it on the rear guards.
yeah.
There's some old blood here. Just saying. There's some really.
I
old blood here.
learned. I learned.
Anyways,
have done
now we know. I made my own misplays with that game. Whenever G-assisting, I actually discarded the wrong Shiranui for the stride for the G-assist, and it cost me that game. I would have had the guy if I had not just been stupid about it.
Even that misplays.
Everybody misplays in tournament. It happens.
It just says, get your sleep, get your practice, eat your Wheaties, and do the best you can.
I mean, there literally is. That is. I mean, everybody's heard tips for tournaments, and everybody always ignores them. But it is very important. Get food, get enough sleep, stay hydrated, and get food again during the tournament.
Don't be like us where we stayed up until like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, because it does fatigue you. Like, the first 2 games, it's okay. Third, fourth game, you're like, what the fuck? And then 5, 6, and 7, like, are we done yet?
Yeah, we built Nubatama that night, the night before the tournament. That was the deck that I piloted. I had a 5-2 win ratio in the teams league. 5-2. So I
Link
did,
to the video to the road trip.
yeah, I did a fairly good job with the deck. But even at that, we stayed up until like 2 in the morning after driving the entire day.
Basically crazy people.
I almost.
Oh, and after driving the entire day and doing a case opening video and then playing.
Yeah, we just had, record this, open this, build this, play this, test this, test it.
I'm so grateful we brought Lon that day, because if he wasn't there, we would have killed somebody for food.
Yes, he was a great food runner. I
Memories.
truly owe this man. Never forget the day Lon became the Icarus of food.
Anyway, yeah, memories and fun. So I think we're gonna wrap this up right there, because
Yeah.
I'm tired.
very,
I have work in the morning.
very.
Y'all kept me out too late. I'm gonna be grouchy.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna suffer right now. So, we're gonna be seeing you next week. By that time, it's gonna
Bullshit, I
honestly.
want my riser strike.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Exactly.
Year. Have a good day. Have a good night. Wherever you are.
If
Exactly.
you get drunk, invite me.
That's why we have Hector. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, follow us on our Facebook page and all that. I've been Philip.
This is Alex.
This is Hector.
Oh, I thought you were going. I was waiting for you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Woo!
This is what we
Stop!
You put me in the corner. That's what you get.
Put baby in the corner, get a comedy show. Sounds like a good trade-off.